If you want a fantastic concert-going experience, watch this video. To make a great concert, it's a two-way street. There are some rules that the performer should follow, and then there's some rules that the fans need to follow. First things first, a few rules for performers. Play your hits. We came here to hear your hits. Don't play any cover songs, all right? Not unless you sang all of your hits. And along those same lines, don't play any of your new music. We don't know your new music yet. Eventually, your new music will become hits, and then we're gonna wanna hear it at the next concert. But not at this concert. Just play the ones that I can sing along to. That's why I'm here. Now, if you have a new song that's already on the radio and is working its way up the charts, you can play that one. But don't start playing other tracks from that new LP yet. See how I still say LP? I'm old school. Also, please, performers, do not turn a 4-minute song into an 8-minute opus. Okay, we want the version that we heard on the radio. A song can be brilliant at 4 minutes, but when you stretch it out to 8 minutes with a series of solos and introductions, you kind of turn a great song into crap. And don't make us wait for your best song for your encores. In fact, don't make us beg for encores at all, unless it's a true encore. In the old days, we would have pulled out lighters. You know, nowadays, everybody pulls out their cell phones. It's not as cool, but it's still a nice effect. And then if you want to play a couple of songs that are truly bonus songs, then come out and say, oh, they want to hear a little more, I'll give them a couple of bonus songs. But please, do not make us beg for your signature song. If I ran the universe, everybody would be seated at a concert. See, watch what happens now, okay? Now the performer can perform, so we're not the paid performers. We shouldn't have to perform. We paid for seats. We should sit in them. And look, you could still bob around and think, yeah, bob and dance. Yeah! Look at this. I'm able to get all my moves in, and I can see. So double bonus there. I want to see, and I want to sit. I worked all day. This is their job. But I recognize that I don't run the universe, and the people are still going to get up and dance at a concert. You know what? That's fine. But please, for the love of God, if everybody else is sitting, sit down. Another important tip for fans: mind your beer. I'm not saying don't enjoy your beer. I want you to enjoy your beer, but you got to pay attention to it. Look at this woman. She's whipping her beer around like it's a prop. There's beer going everywhere, and what's worse is sometimes people are dancing and they kick over a beer, and the next thing you know, it's like, whoa, there's beer flowing down here like the Mississippi River. And then the whole rest of the concert, I can't put anything down by my feet. Mind your beer. And here's another rule. If the band is playing one of their brand new songs, don't be that person that already knows all the lyrics and lip syncs the whole song. How does he know the song? This album came out a week ago, and this guy already knows the whole thing. Don't try to outfan the other fans. And we all know this guy. This is the guy who likes to tell you about a current band that he saw years ago when they were just an opening band. And it's like, listen, dude, you saw them, you didn't discover them. Don't be that guy. And always sit during the ballads. That's our collective chance to rest. You don't need to stand during a ballad. It's a soft song. Now listen, I'm not a big fan of people recording the concert on their phones, but if you are gonna do it, do yourself a favor. Do not sing along to the song that you're recording, because you're gonna be in for a shock when you go to listen to it back. I learned this one the hard way at a Bon Jovi concert. Turns out I cannot hit the notes on Living on a Prayer. Now, I'm 48 years old. When you get to that age, you don't always get to pick the concert you're gonna go to. Sometimes you try to be Father of the Year, and you take your daughter, this is my daughter, to go see like Ariana Grande in concert. But here's the problem with young people concerts, okay? They tell you that they're gonna start at 7, but they don't start at 7. Ariana Grande, God love her, she didn't take the stage until 9:30 at night. Let me tell you what was going on at 9:30 at night. This one was rocking out, and this one, is it over? Is it over? It's not over. Nothing makes you feel older than falling asleep at 9:30 at an Ariana Grande concert, I can tell you that much. Now, in stark contrast is going to old people concerts. Now, last year, I took my mother to go see Frankie Valli at the Family Arena. The man is 84 years old, has the voice of an angel. His concert was supposed to start at 8 o'clock. You know what time he took the stage? 8:02, people, 8:02. He played all of his hits, straight through, 26 hits. We were out of there. I was sound asleep in my bed by 10:30. God bless that man. Love an old people concert. Back in the 1980s, going to concerts was much different. The first concert I ever went to was at Radio City Music Hall. It was in 1986, and the group was a-ha. At the time, they only had one hit, Take On Me. Here it is 33 years later, and they still only have one hit, Take On Me. And it was a very different experience back then, because back then we didn't have these huge screens at the concerts. If you were sitting in no man's land, you were hearing about the concert secondhand. You know, nowadays they have screens everywhere. You barely even watch the actual performer. You're just watching the screen. You think to yourself, well, I could probably just watch this on television. I could have saved myself a whole bunch of money. And you know, one of the great moments back then in the 80s was when a ballad would come on and everybody had their actual lighters out. I'll never forget it. I went to see Poison in concert, and when they played Every Rose Has Its Thorn and everybody pulled their lights out,
every rose has its thorn.
I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a magical moment. That was the 80s. In fact, the only thing that hasn't changed since the 1980s is this tracksuit. Still in style. I probably have been to maybe 100 concerts. You must have seen some concerts in your time. What were the best concerts you ever went to? What are your favorite shows? Who have you seen? Let's hear about it in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, now would be a perfect time to subscribe, and more important than anything else, rock on.